If you are a man, do you know if you are a simp? Let's figure it out with just 3 quick and easy questions. Now, before we do that, a lot of people don't know what a simp is. And yes, this is one of the newer words we had to invent because of what's been happening in the dating marketplace in America and other Western countries. Now, there is no dictionary definition, but some people believe that it stands for suckers idolizing mediocre pussy. Now, it's not a bad definition, especially for a very short one, but let's dive just right in before we do the quiz. A lot of men don't know that they are simping, unfortunately, because this is not something that you become. This is something that you've been grandfathered in most of the time as the new feminist, female-oriented and dominated cultures kind of took over America and other Western countries. So you don't opt in, you just have to opt out. And the reason you want to opt out is because when men simp, especially in such large numbers, it essentially screws the dating choices for these very men up a lot, to the point that some men like myself decide to leave America, as we don't believe there are any more traditional women to date and marry, and move to countries that are more traditional, with more traditional values. And that's where I live right now. All right, let's dive in. And the question number 1, and you have to be very honest with your answer, so take your time if you need to, but do you do things differently? Things that you normally would not do around women you are attracted to? Are you trying to act like someone who you are not, but you think that they would like more than you? Number 2, do you give women your time, attention, and money, which are your most valuable resources as men, because you believe that that is the only way you can please them? Let me give you an example, and this is the classics, right? If you come up to a pretty girl at a bar or wherever, and you start your conversation with her with, "Can I buy you a drink?" This is a good example of simping. This means that you believe that you have so little to offer, even in a short conversation to a woman, that the only way she would be interested in talking to you is if you pay for her time. And this is why it's very important to be very presentable and speak well and dress well when you approach women, so right away they can recognize you as a high-value man. And I don't mean value in terms of money, value in terms of being potentially great boyfriend and husband. And you need to know that you are the prize. You are giving her a chance to meet a great man who she can possibly date and marry, who will be making her life better, who will be taking care of her and your future children if you decide to have children. So you need to think about it literally the other way around. If you don't, you're a simp. And number 3, and this happens all the time, and I honestly don't even understand it, but are you a man who pursues women who have shown no interest in you? The number 1 reason, besides the physical attraction, why you should be interested in a woman is because she is already interested in you on some level. Means in some way she's already recognized you as a good man, a potential partner, and so forth and so forth. If a woman does not see anything good in you, why are you interested in her? Besides the fact that it will never ever work. You will spend a lot of time, sometimes money, and most importantly, you will be yet again disappointed instead of pursuing another woman that actually sees you for a good man that you are. All right, how did you do? If you answered yes to at least 2 of these questions, I hate to tell you, you are a simp, but the good news is that it is not a chronic condition. There is a cure. And the cure is to recognize your own value. And if you don't believe you have enough value to be worth attention of a woman who you're interested in, well, then start working yourself, start improving yourself. Even if you do believe you're a high-value man, you should never stop improving yourself. Now, that is the number 1 goal that you should have. But secondly, once you recognize your value, you have to understand that that value is priceless for a good woman who knows what a good man is, and you are more rare than her. So the cure, the antibiotic for this condition that we now call simping, is to simply have a completely different approach, because you now know your value. So don't waste your money, don't waste your time, Don't give compliments to women that are not originally already interested in you. They're a waste of your time. You do need to understand that you don't want to waste your time on women who are not worth your attention and your time in the first place. I know it is easier said than done, and believe me, I used to simp as well, because what now we call simping used to be being a gentleman, right? And a lot of men who were gentlemen and still are trying to do gentlemen, unfortunately do this damage that they don't even know about to the entire dating scene that they're now very much frustrated with. Now, another cure, of course, and this is something that kind of goes hand in hand. One, you need to stop simping. But secondly, I would advise, if you do want to date good traditional women, is to not waste your time on any women in the Western country that you live in, like America, and do what I and many other men did. Ditch modern women, come to a country with traditional values, and you will be rewarded greatly with a completely different dating scene and dating environment. Doesn't mean that you don't have to do a lot of work on yourself and improve yourself. Still means that you need to absolutely stop simping, but this is a way, way better way to go. And if you want to know how you can pull it off, because this is not easy, go to themillionmanproject.com. I put a complete one-of-a-kind course together where you can learn how to do it, and maybe one day join me and many other men who are, what do you call that? Happy